Alright, I believe I'm live. Hello everyone. I am here with some Techtonica early access. I'm seeing a lot of people saying they didn't actually catch the initial first video. So I guess this would be what, the fourth time I've covered this game? Because I did the demo, then I went back for more of the demo. Then I did the video yesterday, and now I'm going to be streaming it. So, quick synopsis for the people that did miss the intro that I did yesterday. You wake up in kind of this abandoned subterranean facility with a lady telling you to, like, get out and kind of help her, and then you find out that she's been jammed into an alien cube. Then you find out other people have maybe also been jammed into alien cubes, and you're possibly the only remaining human in the entire planet. Question mark. We'll find that part out later. I've mostly done a lot of wandering around, so I haven't actually started with a whole lot of factory building. I put together this like right before I hit start, and we're gonna kind of do a 50-50 mix. I'm gonna get as far as I can with factory building, and then we're going to try and take some of it out to some of the other like facilities and see if I can pop them open, because there's a number of doors that had limitations, like needs X or Y thing. Oh, this is a long inserter? Long inserter. There are a number of facilities that I need, like, cooling systems and conveyor belt Mark IIs to actually get into those, and so, yeah, we gotta figure out how to get that. I want to take a hot look at this. How fast are these going? So it actually looks like one drill to one furnace is the way. I'll figure this out. More exploration? We'll leave that for a bit. I wanna make some progress first. First things first, we need mining drill speed. I mean, that's maybe good. Where's the electric drill? I have no idea. Namely, we're gonna need some science. So I need to place a core composer on a power floor with 5 activated crank generators. So where's this core composer? It told me that it exists. Unless I just have one. Oh, I just have one. Let's just put it down. Oh god, it's big? It's why it's so big. Okay, well, welcome to the science loft, I suppose. 8. It's freaking huge. Damn. Okay, so we have no power. How does this work? E hold resources. I guess we just gotta go activate my crank generators. Okay. Turn off that. Go over here. Okay, it wants 5 of them activated. Dang. I was kind of hoping I could just, like, hit it with a pickaxe and turn it on. Not actually how it works, but it's fine. I know we've got 5 energy. Wow, this freaking core composer is a absolutely absurdly large thing. Let's see. Is it on? Is it good? I have no idea. I have no idea how this thing functions. I'm just gonna put a container leading up to it. I guess right here. Wait, really? Oh, okay. So it's just big and uncompromising. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let's see. The 2 is at 8. Is this a long inserter? No, that's a filter inserter. Dang. I was hoping it would be a long inserter. Oh, we don't know how to make long inserters yet. So let's go back to this. We are just going to have 2 of these lads. There. Okay, so I'm just going to put these in. I think this is what this does. So this thing will just take cores and just push them together into one giant core facility for me. Yeah, so it'll tell me how many cores I have in it. And it'll compose them into like one giant mass, so I don't have to manually make it myself. We are going to have to make some more, but at least for now. So yeah, pipe cores into it, didn't find anything that tells you to do that. Yeah, I figured that out pretty quickly. I think there was some dialogue that told me. I don't think I'm gonna mess with this thing too much. Like, I'll use it for now. But I don't know how much I care long term. So, I guess what I should do we're gonna need to we're gonna need to actually put together a factory here that handles some level of mechanical part production. I think how do we want to do this? Because I don't want to say we're limited on space, but I don't actually want to build my factory over the water. This is going to be one of my primary actually, hold up. Here's the thing that I should probably check. The water is going to be one of my primary energy sources, as I can put water turbines over them. What I think I'm going to do is actually kind of snake my way in here. There's a pre-existing facility. Oh, it's a protected structure. Well, that's stinky. Because yeah, I was really hoping I could actually connect to these. Wait, maybe I still can. Alright. We have accumulators. I don't know if this facility is actually hooked together, unfortunately for me. Yeah, it would be really cool if I could actually have accumulators rolling. Just to suck up some power from those crank generators while we're here. Also, thank you, Mini Murgle, for the $5 high. Thank you. I guess let's use the mole to just kind of rip through some of these things. We've got no, we've got this cave here. That's the problem I'm struggling with a little bit, is where the heck do I actually put my factory? This river is kind of an inconvenient location, kind of. Unless I put the factory just directly above. Go up to where the science loft is and just pipe my resources up. We could do that. It's going to cost me like a heinous amount of platforms. Which is a little expensive. The question is, how much do I invest in any location? Because we could put it up here. We're absolutely going to ruin the natural beauty of this area. Otherwise, I could dig like one hell of a giant super factory out of the rock. I think maybe for now what I'm going to do is just set up in this section. We should probably also get some lights. It is unreasonably dark in this area. Hopefully that's not too loud. It might be. Okay, what else we got? Just gonna fill this in. I think we're just gonna hand manage stuff. At some point I will figure out a better system, but right now probably better to just get the assemblers down and get things working rather than trying to figure out some kind of weird early main bus that isn't even gonna help me. Do we even... Oh, do I not even know? No, I definitely know. No? What? Synthesis? I don't actually know how to do an assembler. Do I not have enough cores? What? Let's see. Crap. Yeah, there we go. I see. I probably don't have any cores as long as they're out of power. And now it's active again. Maybe. Wonder how you doing today. Good. I want to say a little under the weather. The smoke's kind of depressing. Because today was maybe going to be kind of a nice day, but I ain't going outside with a whole bunch of smoke. I feel bad for this, like, singular tree. It's just going to be ensconced in my entire setup, but whatever. Okay, question. Can I activate this? No. Maybe I just need to feed it some more, purple cores. I guess we did make 15, so it shouldn't be too bad. Oh, and we do have an accumulator, so we should probably put that in. We want to actually just do that here. 9.
Task inbound. Accumulator. Stores electrical power for delayed distribution.
It is in fact charging. Alright, that's cool. So hopefully that'll keep this thing running. Yeah, so it looks like this just has a bunch of blue cores in it, which is why I wasn't able to investigate anything. We also have the bio brick, but I don't think we care too much about that. Logistics, still about 2. Long inserter. Terraforming, ooh, 70. These are gonna get pricey. Transportation, suit speed, energy, crank generator. Oh, I see. It was inactive. There's the core composer. And we do have the light stick, but I don't know if we need that at the moment. Let's get off of this for the time being. I wonder how high that goes. We'll have to test that for today. Okay, well, let's come back. Keep activating these cranks. We don't run out of juice. The cores are much better than they used to be. They used to be really ugly. I remember that. I don't want to say unfondly. But they were ugly. And I hated looking at them. This is a much better system. So what I should probably do is just put together a, assembler. I'm not even going to try and pipe things around. We're just going to manually move things into the storage. Okay. There we go. And then out of the storage. Oh, maybe I shouldn't actually put them right here, considering that's my only bridge. It's always a struggle to figure out where I want to actually put together my factory. And I think the answer is, yeah, we're just gonna put it upstairs. Because I know I'm gonna have to rip this whole thing up later, but I don't want it to be in my way in the meantime. Because that's just gonna suck. And this way I might be able to route things upstairs. Which will be kind of convenient. Okay, so your entire goal is to make... mechanical components. Okay, and I've got oodles of inserters, and this will let me get more. So let's go actually stock up, because these are going to just keep piling in more resources anyway. So wonder if you stopped doing Twitch streaming. Yeah, for a couple of reasons. It was really depressing me, to be honest. Twitch as a platform hasn't really felt like it's had a future for the last X number of years. Like, I got partnered, things were kind of good, and then it started becoming kind of clear that it was becoming more and more of, Amazon's... Amazon just didn't care about making Twitch, like, a better place. Just figuring out how to monetize it more and more. And, like, the culture was kind of getting worse, and, growth was incredibly low. It seemed like most of the people growing on the platform were almost always just kind of, I don't want to say like bad people, but you kept I kept hearing about like the latest Twitch stars, and I was like, oh, these are just like not good folks. I don't think YouTube is necessarily strictly better, but I think there's something about live streaming especially that generally attracts maybe not exactly the nicest of folks. Alright, there we go. So now we should have plenty. Unless I have this pointed the wrong direction. Okay, there we go. Hopefully this is just going to be collecting mechanical components this entire time. That's exactly what we're looking for. I think maybe just with YouTube, you just don't hear about them as much. I guess there's, like, the Paul brothers, and they kind of sucked, and have sucked for forever. But it was easier to kind of stay away from news for them. Whereas Twitch, it felt like it was kind of constant. I should have moved that a little bit closer, but it's fine. The other thing, I guess, with, like, Twitch versus YouTube, is, for me... I used to do a lot of Let's Play style content, you know, just like a series from start to finish. Let's leave 2 spaces between just for my own convenience. I used to do a lot of that stuff as just kind of like I would stream a full game on Twitch and cut it up and put it up on YouTube. Let's just clear this row. it's getting kind of messy. But I used to do that, but YouTube changed the algorithm, and it seems kind of silly to change my way of doing things on Twitch to match YouTube, but it was kind of necessary for me to do so. I'd start just making iron components on this one. And we'll do the same thing here, but with other stuff. I'm just gonna auto-make a bunch of low-tier gear. Just so I can come back to it. Or, well, not come back to it, but just so I don't have to constantly make it myself. But so I was doing a lot of indie impression stuff, but the problem I was running into is that I might only have like a handful of games that I could stream in a given week. Let's just probably try one this time around. I don't know if we need to. So we're doing iron, now we're doing copper. How fast is this producing? You know what, I'm just gonna give it to you just for the sake of speed. But so I would constantly find myself having trouble figuring out what I wanted to stream, so I would just be streaming anything for the sake of it. And so I'd just be streaming like oodles of indie impressions of like legitimately maybe good games, but maybe like too much of them, or oh, where's my storage container? I'd like spare storage somewhere. Mess with the audio for a second. I just like turn this game down too much. I have no idea. I'll turn the music back up. It's very quiet. YouTube is too strict. I don't really find that as an issue. And honestly, like moving away from Let's Plays is probably good for me anyway. Seriously, I had a bin somewhere where I threw a bunch of extra stuff. And I've lost it. Ow. Picked it up and moved it. I think I've mostly just stored a bunch of... Oh, unless I hadn't saved. Yeah, I just hadn't saved. Okay, there's my answer. I'm just gonna put this in this corner. 'Cause yeah, I've got a whole bunch of limestone in my inventory that I don't need. As well as 2 people captured in alien cubes. Let's see. You could place miners a little bit further away from each other so you'd be able to automate feeding power into them with inserters. I could. That sounds like spaghetti hell, though. I'm hoping if we go... Is it under terraforming? Mining speed. I'm hoping one of these higher tiers gives me electric drills. Let's see. Anyway, so yeah, I was effectively trying to reach on Twitch, constantly trying to find new things to stream that were good that wouldn't drive my viewership away. With YouTube, it's not so bad. I can kind of pre-plan stuff out multiple days in advance and take breaks when necessary. But with Twitch, it was like you cannot even take a month off without losing a lot of your audience, and I had to take a month off. Specifically, I had ischial bursitis, I think it is. I talked about this when I was going on a little bit, but effectively sitting down hurts. And still does hurt a little bit if I do it too much. But so I pretty much could not sit in a chair for long periods of time, and I didn't really see the point of streaming on Twitch if I was only going to be there for maybe an hour. And so I eventually just said, you know what, I'm just not going to stream on Twitch for a while. And then when I came back, my viewership had lost about an average of 100 viewers. And like people came back after a little bit more streaming, but the problem is that also caused my bursitis to come back. So it was just kind of like, never mind. I'll just start doing Twitch streaming whenever I can start Twitch streaming again. Which quickly turned into kind of never. And then after a certain point, I kind of came to the realization of like, I think I actually like my life better when I'm not stuck to a rigid stream schedule and the things I'm streaming are the things I want to stream, rather than just trying to pump numbers up. Because just trying to pump numbers up is depressing. I already get that enough from YouTube, which is where I make my money. Twitch has always paid far, far lower than minimum wage. So eventually it's just like, yeah, you know what? This is better. This is a better and healthier system for me. Even if it's different, and I know some people are disappointed by these changes. Why is this on the top charts on Steam? What the heck?
Terminal
It's really
upgraded.
good.
New technologies and recommended tasks available.
It's time to put those crank generators and power floors to use, Breaker. To make plant matter frames, you'll need planters and threshers, and they only run on electricity. After you grow and thresh Kindlevine, you'll need to thresh the Kindlevine stems it produces a second time to turn them into plant matter fiber. And then you can either craft the plant matter frames by hand or build an assembler to do it for you twice as fast. And that's a lot of new tech to activate. So if you haven't built a core composer yet, now is the time.
So Wonder, do you have a side job? Nope. This has been my full-time job for 7 years now. And even then I was mostly doing YouTube for 3 years prior to that as well. Like, I've been running this channel for 10 years. I've been full-time with it since, I'm gonna say, end of 2015. Early 2016. So this is like satisfactory? Yep, very similar. Can't decide if I want this one. Kind of afraid of factory automation games because they eat all of my time. This one probably will. I will say it does have a story mode. So from my perspective, it's like, that's huge. I adore these games but I've always felt like I'm kind of disconnected from what I'm doing. And so being able to actually have a story to go along with it is tempting. Okay, so we also have a thresher, organic materials and other goods into additional byproducts. So that, yeah, we're going to need both of these. It's going to
Task
require a
inbound.
stupid
Planter.
amount.
Supply with seeds to rapidly reproduce fully grown flora. Electrical power required.
You might want to try crafting a few biobricks, Breaker. They'll burn a lot longer than plant matter, and at some point you'll probably want to set up a production line that can feed them directly into your machines. Long inserters might be your friends on that one.
That's going to take a little bit of time. I like Novalands, waiting for that for a year or two. Unfortunately, they gave me like the full version of that game a year before release, and I thought it was coming out soon, so I just played the whole thing. And so I don't actually know what's in the 1.0 that might be different from what I had played back then. But I don't have as much compunction to go back to it because I had played the whole thing beforehand. Whereas this, the demo was effectively just like a big sandbox mode without any of the story and in a completely different location. And so I feel a lot more, like, interested in playing this. That, and also I think I'm a bigger sucker for 3D factory sims rather than 2D ones. Yeah, let's just pick up my floors here. Maybe not. Okay. Do we also want to get some lights down? Unfortunately, this area is a little on the dark side. Yeah, let's do it. At least in this area. Because otherwise I'm just going to be petering around in the darkness. And it's going to suck. That's a little bit better. Oh, it wants me to take a look at the log. Cripes. Alright. So, we were going to look into power plants. Oh boy, these are kind of pricey. I'm just going to make 4 of them. We're going to need as much as possible because I'm out of plant matter and I don't really want to go get more. Has a bit of new stuff after the demo. But remember, I had like access to a full game, not just a demo. With a proper ending and bosses and all sorts of things that weren't in the demo. And so I don't know what's different about that one, and that's where I struggle. Because it's a little harder to like replay through a game where only 10% of it has changed. Do you count Dyson Sphere program as a 3D factory game? Yes. For me, it's the Z-axis building that's the important part. I need to be able to build pipes kind of above each other and kind of spaghetti them around. I don't necessarily mind the Factorio system, but it is, having played a bunch of Satisfactory and Factorio and whatnot, Factorio feels very constrained Even if it's like a fantastic game and like a lot of fun, I still find myself feeling a bit claustrophobic the whole time. Whereas Dyson, I am layering. I honestly in Dyson I'm almost layering more so than a lot of other games. You go to this space in Nova Lands. I fired the rocket at the very end, if I remember right. I don't know if there's more in space. Yeah, I should probably go back to it at some point. Just time is my issue. Yeah, Dyson Sphere program is great. Waiting for the combat update for that one. I'm curious about the combat update. At the very least, I will stream more of it around then. Because one of the reasons to go back to why I'm streaming on YouTube more is I feel like... God, that is really pretty. I feel like I could do streamed full playthroughs of games with the current system that I've put together. And even if the viewership on it isn't quite there yet, hopefully it'll get bigger. And that'll actually let me stream like a full playthrough of Dyson Sphere program, or this game, or like a bunch of other stuff. Are we out of power again? Yeah. I do enjoy Factorio a good bit, but 3D building is very useful. Yeah, it's the 3D building. I think it's also kind of the visuals. There's a lot of things. The one thing I'm excited for, kind of in the same vein, is AutoForge. I did a video on it a couple of days ago, and that has side-scrolling factory building, which sounds really fun. I also made the full switch to YouTube. I don't necessarily know if YouTube has like a... We're just going to be alternating discussion lines here. I don't know if YouTube truly has like a greater future than Twitch does, but I at least feel personally more comfortable here. Okay, so we're getting some parts. I'm going to have to figure out how to automate this better. Yeah, the one thing that would get to me on Twitch was that, like, I'd be having a bad week and thinking like, yeah, maybe I don't want to stream on Twitch this week. And then something bad would happen on Twitch that would kind of confirm why I don't want to stream on Twitch anymore. And it was really hard to get around that. Oh, shoot. Can I just put down a freaking water wheel? Even though I don't have the tech for it. Let's give that a shot. Wait, what? Oh, no, that's a crank generator. See, I actually have 2 water wheels just ready and raring to go. Interesting. They're really short. Let me go underneath this bridge. No, it cannot. Okay, hold up. Let's go tech. Let's turn off a race mode for a second. Go back here. Put these in. Nice thing on YouTube is it doesn't remind me of how much money I've spent on gift subs. Oh yeah, that's gotta be weird. Okay, energy, science, massa race. I don't know what the difference is between massa race 1... Oh, that is nice. Okay, baseline, we're still going to have to go up at least a layer. Let's get the water wheel in the water first.
Task inbound. Water wheel. Used to generate hydroelectric energy for crank generator automation.
I thought they would be bigger, to be honest. Okay. Back to 1. I'm gonna try something like that, and let's see if this lets me get a crank generator in. I think it's got to be up 1 more. We're not deconstructing. We're not deconstructing. Oh, there we go. Okay, deconstruct that. Back here. Don't know if I have quite enough. Ah, here we go. So the sad part is, I'm gonna have to move a lot of these things around. But at least we know this works, and this will keep this going potentially forever. Alright, cool. So let's rip all of this up and move it out a little bit. I just don't know where. Because I could set up my crank setup a little further down. Let's do exactly that and just make a bunch of floors. Oh. Rip these up.
Great to see you build one of those, Breaker. But it won't work until you place a crank generator on a power floor connected to it. And don't forget to crank it. That's why we call it a... I'm sorry, you understand.
I think in the demo, I had a much better system for crank generators, and I still don't really know what the ideal is going to be here. With water wheels. Hopefully we'll find a better lowlands area. The banks on this section are a little tall for me. Should be fine. Unless, of course, I'm but a fool. I can make it a lowland area. I don't know why I wasn't thinking that I can, in fact, dig out land to fit in more of these. Yeah, so let's just rip out this whole area, make this riverbank into spaces for my crank generators so we can link up a bunch of water wheels and get power. I am a fool. I don't know, some part of me was just like, ooh, natural landscape, I can do nothing to it. And then I clearly can do something to it. The mod options for YouTube are bad. Yeah, I do apologize about that. So I was actually part of, like, I don't know how much I can even talk about it. I'm assuming it wasn't NDA'd or anything, but there was a, like, a Q&A session with some, like, really big YouTubers. I was actually kind of astounded by it. Who were all, like, you know, these things need to change, for YouTube to be like a competitive streaming platform. And YouTube was like actually responding to them. Like, apparently mod view is something that is very high on their list of things they want to do. So I'm hopeful. I'm not immediately hopeful. I can't imagine it's going to be very quick, but when I hear my moderators complaining about, you know, the moderation isn't good, and it's like, well, assuming YouTube doesn't just completely forget and you know, doesn't do it, we might actually get exactly what you were looking for, at the very least. Did I put these on backwards? I have no idea. I did, but I think I need to replace these. Why are they not connecting? Unless they can't. You used to be able to daisy chain them, but maybe that's not possible anymore. Let's see if I can actually have two hooked up in here. Yes. Okay, cool. So we can have one water wheel working at least two of these. I'm just going to extend this way. And put it up there. Alright, cool. So this whole base should now be effective. Research them to chain. Remember that my old playthrough. Good to know. Hope so. Not much faith in YouTube myself, though. However, while I do complain about it, we are working well enough. I have also, I guess I will also say, I've noticed on my own end that even though the moderation tools are worse, YouTube is quieter. So it has made moderation pretty easy, at least on my own end. I've seen a couple of like ne'er-do-wells coming in and being like, say my name like a gazillion times. But that's about it. Okay, so let's go back up over here. YouTube is peaceful, lol. I mean, compared to some of the really bad days that I used to get with Scrap Mechanic, it's pretty peaceful feeling. And then also, kind of the differences between, I mean, how much things have changed since the olden days for me. But then also just, there we go. Just volume. Because people are just saying less on YouTube comparatively. Okay, let me check power. So, top power usage, satisfaction 100%. So we're using 152 out of 600 kilowatts, and we've got some amount of accumulator going. I think it's fine, actually. Okay. Wonder, do you have a Stream Deck? Yeah, Stream Deck. Do you have one? I do. It hasn't been behaving with OBS lately, so I've gotten lazy about it. Also, since I'm not doing a whole lot of recording, I've gotten lazy with it as well. But I should get it working again. My problem is it would require me to, constantly re-authenticate, with Discord especially. And so I'd want to like press the mute button and it just wouldn't work. And it's like, I don't have time to get this to actually behave. I hope to find the time, but cripes, I've just been so absurdly busy lately. Which is, I mean, not really that unusual for me. It just feels worse than normal because I think I have so many tasks that have started to stack up. And I'm not doing enough of them. Okay, so how are we doing this? So we've got some power. I guess the next order of business would be... do we want to actually have a main bus situation here? Because I think what I should do is probably have... just a stack of containers kind of along here that feed into other containers that feed into the rest. So I think I might almost want to replace this and have like an iron line and a copper line just going down this list. Or we just spaghetti factory it a bunch. I have no idea. It's making levels. That's one way of setting things up. I may do that when I start up my demo. I just spread everything out. My main thing is I don't like digging. Oddly enough, I think the caves in this game are incredibly beautiful, and so I'd rather fill the spaces that I have rather than I'd rather fill the spaces that I have rather than carving out new ones. Mostly. Okay, so let's just get a couple of these. I just need to figure out how they work. Okay. I'm just gonna put in a bunch of these. Shiverthorn. Sure. Whatever it gets me, it gets me. No dwarf in Wander. I will dwarf in, like, Minecraft. I will not dwarf in this one. I realize it's inconsistent because, but I don't know. I like pretty locations. And if my, I like pretty locations, and I'd much rather have, like, a cave system that looks nice than is just a series of holes. Okay. Oh, do I not have any more seeds? Oh, no, I definitely do. We've got oodles of Kindlevine seeds, so I guess I'm gonna go back. Okay, and they actually grow pretty fast. Oh, it doesn't take Kindle Vine. Interesting. Maybe we just don't have the tech for Kindle Vine. Well, I might as well get BioBrick. There's density, and then there's the Thresher. I think, unfortunately for me, we're just going to need, like, oodles of science. It's just copper wire and mechanical components. Okay. Yeah, why don't we, make some more floors. I think at some point I will actually dig out more. But I think at least for this starting cave, I'm going to be much more just like, this is a nice space that I can use with layers and whatnot. Okay. So I think, we're actually going to break this. So you just need, copper and, can I just take these? Yeah. Copper, iron. Okay. Right, I have to actually loot them. There we go. So this is just, I'm noticing shift click is a little inconsistent here, but whatever. Okay. Is this working? Sort of. Oh. Okay, so you can't be there. Neither can you. I guess we're going to need those filter inserters. Or we'll actually have to, yeah, we'll just start with the filter inserters for the time being.
Filter inserters are especially critical for machines like threshers that produce both seeds and plant matter. You might not want to have different things spitting out to the same line or getting pulled into the same machine. And the filter inserter is going to help you with that.
Okay, cool. So now we have, now we have at least this somewhat functional. This is just going to output some basics. What we're going to need, though, is a lot more space. Oh, we have it now. And we're going to need a line of resources actually getting piped into it. Cripes. Did I line that up? Yeah. Yeah, the other reason why I'm building here specifically is it makes it really easy to get access to the water wheel system without too much cost. Do you want to just... Oh god, I can make so many of these. They're nuts. Okay, where are my conveyor belts? 7. Give it enough space. Actually, maybe not. Because this is probably going to feel very cramped. My other question with this is, should I have a separate line? Should I have a separate line for stuff like machine components? Or should I just hand make them at that point, so I'm only routing raw materials? I think I'm going to do that. I think we're just going to only route raw materials rather than components and just make the components then and there. It should make it a little easier for me to balance. Even if I'm going to have to just mush assemblers into other assemblers, which is going to very quickly turn into a bit of an issue. At least that way, when I inevitably have to rip things apart and move it around, it won't be too bad. Okay. I guess I shouldn't be extending this far back, because for the most part, we're going to be extending it forward. Have the line kind of go up over here, over, and then kind of down along the bus? Maybe. And there's only so much lateral width we have access to before we run into that facility. Rip all of my spare resources. But it's fine. Wait, you may want to find additional ore veins. They do actually run out. But they have a ton of them. Oh. I was hoping that they'd be infinite because having to find another ore vein sounds like a bit of a pain. But whatever. Okay, let's oh, do we need more wires? I guess we've burnt through our supply. That's mechanical components. That's gears. There's the wires. Alright, that'll save me some work. Okay, what is about dead center here? Hopefully that. Okay. Do we have elevators? Tool belt, pack size, fast inserter, monorail system. That'll be interesting. But no, it doesn't look like we have any kind of elevator system. How am I going to get my iron anywhere? Do I even want to do this right now? Because maybe I should actually get the conveyor belt Mark IIs. Oh, gosh. That requires an obscene amount of purple. See, this is where automation is supposed to be useful. Okay, so if I come over here, I think we do need the threshers. Okay, cancel crafting. Let's go back to making science things. I don't think I can actually manually... Oh, okay. I can, in fact, manually grab Shiverthorn. But did that not give me any seeds? Oh. It did not. Okay, so that is mildly a concern. I'll have to figure this out. Factory games should have limited resources early game and unlimited resources mid to late game. Yeah, I think there's a bunch of different ways to to do it. I don't necessarily know if there's like a right or wrong on this one. Okay, so let's take a look. There's a long inserter, filter inserter, conveyor belt Mark II. No, what I need is the thresher. I'm very curious what's going to happen when this hits the ceiling. I might actually have to, like, go upstairs and move it around. But I might also just never use a core composer. Okay, do we have the thresher? Yes.
Task inbound. Thresher. Supply with resources to produce a variety of organic goods. Electrical power required.
Okay, thresher, and then I should probably make some containers. Oh. Make the containers first, then make the threshers. Then we'll go back to just handcrafting science, at least for a little while. Okay. Then I'm actually going to rip these up. I'm not sure how big the threshers are, but I'm going to assume that they're reasonably beefy. Oh. They might be so beefy I need to reconsider my strategy here. Okay. Actually mush two of these next to each other. Oh, and these only have output points. Okay. Never mind. Let's see. How do we even want to do this? Freaking big chunker. And not quite enough space. Because, yeah, these only output on the sides. So I guess I should line them up as such. And have them all just port into one thresher that I put somewhere. Do that, I suppose. Put this down. We'll have to figure out a better system for this at some point. Let's see. Actually, rip that one up. Go back here. We'll put it at the end. And then we can just kind of extend them. There's probably there's a better way of doing it, I'm sure. Okay. Oh, I can in fact put these in. I'll start growing those, and we want to thresh that. Wait, can I thresh other things? What? Okay, so I have 9 filter inserters. Ain't much. Let's see, where's my storage cubes? Oh. E. You know what, actually? I don't think we need filter inserters. Or maybe we do. I'm gonna need filter inserters. The big problem is, I'm pretty sure, yeah, the thresher has too big of a footprint. So we're going to need a bigger beastie. Let's see. There's my conveyor belts. Okay, so I'm gonna want one of these to be Shiver's Thorn Seeds. Ideally, I'd like to make more. Because now that I'm not handcrafting anything, let's go back to making some more of that. Okay, so you are going to be Shiver Thorn Seeds. I think what we'll probably want to do is actually have 2 of these factories going. One for each type of thresher. Or at least garden. I could potentially put a second layer and immediately have it all filter into this singular thresher, though. That is an option. I don't know. My efficiency is questionable at the moment. I think mostly just because I'm just trying to make it work. Okay, no, we're looking for Shiverthorn buds. Okay, there it is. Oh, what? Oh. Oh, it doesn't have enough space. Okay, so that definitely means I need to have 2 separate ones of these. If I wasn't staring down the barrel of running out of power, I'd probably ignore this and figure out like a much bigger setup somewhere else. Yeah, because at the moment... Get rid of the filter inserter. This is just going to be Shiverthorn seeds the entire way down. Oh, interestingly enough, there's, it is a net... It's not a net positive or anything. It is just a...
Threshing initiated.
Same amount.
Be advised that all generated outputs must be relieved for production without disruption.
Okay, there we go. So in that case, I should probably just retool this whole thing purely for Kindlevine. Rather than Shiverthorn. I think Shiverthorn is the stuff on the ceilings. I mean, we've got that. Okay. Let's see. Let's just go back to this. Okay, you are just going to take those seeds out. There. I think I'm just gonna empty this out for the time being. And then we'll think about it in a second. Okay. Because I've got a lot of stuff to manage. At least we've got oodles of supplies to keep coming back to. It's just a matter of figuring out the exact optimum placements and then quantity. I guess maybe what I should do... I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna ignore main busing for a hot second. Let's just get back to more productive work. Oh, no, that's the planter. I'm just gonna make a couple of assemblers. We're just gonna start automating things like the power cores next. So I know which hole leads to the not ruined accumulator, so you can connect it for free power storage. So I've actually already got that hooked up, and it didn't work. If you notice, I've got a little bit of a noodly section, and it didn't seem to be storing it. So if it works, I don't know how it's supposed to work, I guess is the answer. Okay, I'm gonna move some of my crafty bits. Oh. A clear row. I was just grabbing it wrong. Let's have an exploration toolbar and then a work toolbar. Oh. I can actually just roll until I've... Alright, that's useful. Let's do floor. That. Where's my... There's my conveyor belts. Storage. And then that. Oh, that's good enough for now. That's a much tidier setup. If I am making... What can I make? So this requires copper wire and mechanical components. Oh boy. Alright. If I want to make a research core. Well, in that case, deconstruct that. Go back here. 1, 2. Okay, so this is going to be a bit sloppier than I'd like it to be. Oh, right, of course we need inserters. Which I'm running out of. Okay, so you're going to be making copper wire. You are going to be making mechanical parts. Means I'm going to need one of those there. Almost kind of wish I could paint things. Okay, so you're making mechanical components. And then this is feeding into... Or both of these are feeding into something here. Does that have enough range? Looks like it. You're going to be making research cores for me. I really wish I could spray paint these. So I know exactly what belongs in them. Actually, I think I can just show it. No, I can't. Whatever, it's fine. Are these... No, they're not bottlenecking. I want to check to see if any of these were full. Looks like we're just going to need to add some more mining machines to the mix. Let's see. Love the vids you do of this game. Is it worth it? You're going to have to determine that yourself, just like everybody else in chat is saying. However, as a huge fan of factory automation games, this ranks reasonably high for me. Okay, so we've set that up. The ambiance, the cave interior feel, and the different power, like the fact that we're using water power this early and crank generators and stuff, it feels a lot more wholesome than, say, Factorio or Satisfactory. Which I realize sounds probably kind of silly, but... I don't know, it matters to me. Okay, now that we've done that, let's head back over here. This is capped out. Are you done? What happened? Oh, I see. It hit an upper limit. Let's switch to nothing. Because I think I'm going to want to respec this one to specifically be not just Shiverthorn. We'll finish it. We'll let it finish up at the very least, and then I'll go back around. But like this very much has the capability of, I'm not going to say like competing with Satisfactory, because, you know, I think that's an unhealthy. I don't want to say unhealthy imposition, but like not every game needs to be in like stark contrast and competition with each other and like which is better, you decide. Like that kind of thing gets kind of iffy for me. But maybe that's just me having grown up with the console wars as this like weird background thing to my childhood. But if you like factory automation games, like it's very much high on my list and one of the better ones I can think of. It's also more peaceful because you don't have to just fight aliens to build your factory up. It's true. Okay. How are we doing this? We've got those going. What else do I need to mass produce in large quantities? Oh, Shiverthorn coolant. Oh. So Shiverthorn is for cooling my it's for cooling my gun. That makes sense. Okay. Do we want to actually make power floors? We are going to need lots of them. Sure. We're going to want to do power floors, and we're going to want to do conveyor belts. And probably inserters. Okay, so once again, if I want to make power floors, that's iron and copper. Okay, so you're going to be copper wire. That means you need that. You are going to be power floors. That's all I need. I'm just going to kind of line these up so it's easy to keep track of them. Then I'm going to need a bunch of inserters. Luckily, I currently can just have a bunch without having to worry about it too much. And at some point, I'll organize this to be a bit better. But hopefully, this will be automatically making power floors for me. Yeah, no. I'm not going to be using the Shiverthorn coolant. It's nice for a big dig project, and that's probably what I will pull that out for. But right now, it's not useful to me. Let's just snag all of this. Snag you. Okay, you're set up properly. Get out of erase mode. These are set up. Everything is good. Yeah, perfect. Because Kindlevine is actually what is going to get us power. So you're going to be Kindlevine seeds. That's going to be the fiber. Okay. Next up, I got to figure out where to get soil from. I'm not sure. It's probably one of these probably some part of the ground that is just extra brown. I just haven't noticed it yet. And on iron. We are actually starting to run kind of low on our iron production here, which is maybe not good for my production. Yeah, I do have a inserter flipped around on the thresher. Oh, really? You're fine, you're fine. Do I? Oh, one conveyor. You mean this one here? Because that's intentional. Because these two being flipped is so I can scale this direction. I should find some soil. Because first order of business is finding out what it even looks like. Storm drops. Drops are just plant matter. Yeah, the problem is moss is not particularly descriptive or helpful here. It might just be the ground. Well, let's go put the coolant away. So we're not wasting it. Because I want it for big dig projects. I don't want it for right now. Is that my... Oh, no. There's the coolant. Because, yeah, we got rock, river rock. Wisp tail. Limestone. Unless I can make soil out of limestone, but that seems unlikely. Okay, soil. Oh, plant matter and limestone, in fact. So that solves the problem. I could go get more, but let's just go find my fiber. I should have checked that before I just wandered off. Oh well. Okay, that should be a bunch. And you know what? All things considered, let's just get some limestone by digging. There. With all the limestone I could ever need. Oh boy. We might have to go wave our hands at some things. 'Cause it looks like I'm going to have to be doing this a lot. Yeah, let's just go do that. Let's see. We can only gather some of these, though. These fully grown things aren't too bad. Okay, we also have something that looks yellow on the other side of this. You know what? Let's do a little bit of an adventure. Find out what's on the other side of this one. It might actually be above. It's either above or below me. Oh, that is very much above. What kind of thing is that? It does look like there's some kind of facility here, too. Well. There it is. Yep. What do we have in here? We got whatever this is. Limestone. I suppose it's useful. Let's just wave our hands at the Kindle Vine as we go by, too. Okay. Oh, we're too low. Because I actually need to be going to the right here to find out what's inside this. Well, it's a facility. It needs cooling system and Atlantum ore. Well, we haven't figured out how to do explosives yet, so that's kind of meaningless for me. I'll come back to it. Anything from the parish room? No. Might be able to get some extra juice by just ripping up the plants from the ground, but eh. Okay, there we go. So I should, hopefully, have enough that we can make a bunch of soil. And a couple more planters. Because I'd like to get it to the point where this is going constantly, or even having a bit of a backup. Unfortunately, these plants take a while to grow. It's just, is this capped out for seeds? No, it is not. Because there are a couple more that could still be cycled in and out. Let's see. And while I should probably move this elsewhere, I think I'm just going to have a stopgap situation for the time being right here. Okay, there we go. And I'll come back and fix it later. The other thing I could do that I haven't considered as part of this we could actually double stack it. Ooh. I'd have to move this a little bit further out. Yeah, why don't we do that? Because there's no reason not to. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to build some more inserters. Are you done? Yeah. Okay, tear this whole thing apart. I guess we don't actually have enough. We don't have enough farms at the moment to support this level of construction. Fine. I'd rather future-proof unnecessarily. At least in the moment. But I should probably get all of these active and rolling. Because otherwise, farming is going to take forever and a day, and then we're going to run out of power, and then I'm going to be really sorry. Okay. I'm just going to kind of plot this out a little bit. Thing there, thing there. Oops. Okay. Oh, good. I can run one of these, but backwards. That's insanely helpful. And honestly, yeah, let's just continue this direction. I'll put the thresher at the end instead. Let's see. 2, 6. There. I don't know. Ah. Let's just have that kind of noodle that way. Alright, cool. Put it one further. I'm going to need a lot of inserters, so I might as well make several. Okay, so you're going to be the vines. Ah. And you know what? Let's have the seeds come out this direction. Just in case. Oh, good. It lines up just perfectly. Okay, for the sake of scalability and space. Actually, let me get rid of that one. I'm gonna have one less farm in here. So I can actually have some storage. Just in case. I don't think this is... Actually, is this gonna need it? I don't know. It probably will. I'm gonna need some more mechanical parts. That's kind of expensive, but at least this way we'll be able to stock some of it. And we've got the farms growing, and I think everything else is good. Hey, thank you, Justin6, for the membership. Thank you. So can an inserter pass directly to an inserter? I don't think so. I think I tried that, but I might not have. Okay, so let's make sure these are all stocked with seeds, because we want this thing to be going more or less full bore. Constantly. I think it's good, actually. Okay, cool. So we've still got a long ways to go on this, but at least it's somewhat functional for the moment. I need more soil. What am I lacking? Limestone. Okay. So at least we've got some level of plant matter production. It's not perfect, and I will have to move this as we have officially run out of juice here. which is going to cause problems in and of itself, but it's fine. Okay, 3 more farms. Only 3. Oh boy. Unfortunately, I'm pressing all of the wrong hotkeys constantly. Because it's just slightly inconvenient. Okay, how is this going? I think otherwise it's okay. There. Okay, let's give these a couple extra seeds. And we are now out of power? Oh. Let me check power. Are we just using too much? How the devil? Alright, well, that's a problem. Alright, let's just make a couple of those. At least we've pre-built like a gazillion things, so I can just kind of rely on this. Even if my power is bad at the moment. Oh, did we never... We never actually told it to, or we never actually gave it the wires. There. Alright, so it's moving really, really slowly, but it's fine. Let's see, do I have any more cranks? Yeah. Each of these only worth 150? Cripes. What is using so much power? Oh, those grow beds. Those grow beds use obscene amounts. I will keep that in mind. I think I'm just gonna end up making a bunch of these. The story makes sense now. It makes way more sense than it did. I can tell you that much. Okay. Well, we've hit a bit of a bottleneck. I think I'm gonna go until I have enough. But we can't do anything for water wheels, because if I take a look at energy, oh, crank connect. The water wheel is the next tier, so actually, snag all of those. This might solve my problems. Because if I can connect all of my cranks, maybe that water wheel can, these water wheels can just keep them powered. Okay, is there any power loss? There is not. Oh. One water... Oh. Okay, so each water wheel is only worth so much. So, even though I've daisy chained a lot of these. Actually, let's just break that one cycle. If I do activate crank, it at least turns those on. Okay. I'll take it. It means to some degree, if I wanted to be a silly person, I could make like the longest crank generator daisy chain ever and just extend it super damn far. And just power it. Like, I could have it go the entire length of this chamber, and all I'd have to do is crank one of them, which is really funny, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think we're just going to try and get some more water wheels. Yeah, unfortunately, water wheels requires the next tier of tech, and we're not quite there yet. I almost kind of wish there was just a button to cycle. Is there? Let me check my controls. Interact, hide, hot bar. I just want to swap hot bar. Ah. Oh, I see. One through it. Oh. Okay, that actually makes a little bit more sense. Well, we can't do any more gardens, so let's move that there. Alright, cool. Could I place a tiny stair? I could, in fact, place a tiny stair. But I don't know how much that matters. Okay, so let's go back to base building, get a couple more of these. Then I'm gonna have to go back and actually take a look at... Oh, we are still making generators. Yeah, I should probably stop that. So much issue. Guess it doesn't matter too much. You really liked this game? Oh, it's incredibly good. Alright. I think we've got power now. It's not perfect, but we have enough power that we're rolling. Next order of business, I gotta go back, take a look at the gardens, because we need fuel pretty quick. Anything else to put in here? No, we're capped. Yeah. I'm a huge sucker for factory automation games. Like, this will always be my comfort food genre. Like, JRPGs and JRPGs and factory automation games. Okay, in retrospect, let's put a fast inserter down. Because actually this thing is staying reasonably well stocked. I don't know where all the seeds are going. But I might as well put more into the system. Hopefully it won't run out at some point. I don't think it will. I think this sucker is just taking a while to get through all of them. Yeah, that's where all the seeds went. Maybe a JRPG factory automation game. That would be cool. I would enjoy that. Okay. So, I guess the thing is, I need 180 plant matter frames, iron ingots, and copper ingots. Well, we got the copper ingots, and then some. Let's figure out the plant matter frames. I might just have to go elsewhere. Wait, plant matter fiber versus this. Oh. Wait, usable as fuel and convertible into kindle vine extract and plant matter fiber at a thresher. Oh. I need a second thresher. Just do 1 and 1 for the time being. Go back here. There we go. Okay, so now we have... We're just going to be burning through a lot of this stuff. Do we want to actually set up a second one just so we can get through faster? Or do we just try and speed along and get more? I have no idea. We'll have to figure this one out. Did I ever get the point of interest near the spawn? The little green dot? No, I didn't. I stopped looking for it. It seemed like a pain. Okay, so we got the extract. You know what? Let's just pull a bunch of this out. I don't know what the extract is useful for. I guess I'll snag both. Put them in my inventory. So I still can't do anything with that. Or no, we have the plant matter fiber already. Am I only able to make 20? Oh my god, I can only make 25. Oh, that's rough. Oh, but there's the plant matter frames. Okay. Intermediates. There's the plant matter power brick. Or do we not? We might not know how to do that yet. Light stick, mass erase. Ooh, overhead light. That'll be nice. Long inserter, but we cannot afford because pricey. Okay, so we can make a bio brick. But where? Oh, bio bricks up here. What is the... fuel power. So each bio brick is worth 7 plant matter. And it is
Good work on that
upgradable.
bio brick production breaker. I know how oddly appetizing they look, but you'll be happier if you stick to using them as fuel.
Okay, so let's go through these. Oh, that is just extended into the ceiling. Or have we hit our upper limit? Is that what's going on? I think we might have hit our upper limit here. That explains some things. Okay. So either it's because it's touching the ceiling or other reasons, but one way or another that... Okay, it's because it is touching the ceiling. It cannot go any higher. That's annoying. This is very expensive. Well. When in doubt, make room for the science stack. Right, we don't take falling damage in this game. That was a plot point? Kind of a plot point. Okay. Let's rip a bunch of these things up. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard to routinely come through here and make more room for the science stack. And I can potentially use this as kind of... I don't want to say this staircase is the backbone for my base building activities, but like we can just continue to extend upwards forever. If we want to. This thing's got hella range. Okay, so let's go back. And rebuild invalid placement. Right. Rebuild this. Because if this... I've got 312. You can take 312. Kind of. Okay, well, we don't have any power left. It's always something with this base. Let's clear out this space at the very least. Luckily, this doesn't do any damage. Alright, cool. Let's go hit the generators. Activate crank, activate crank, activate crank. I might actually do, well, the water wheels are gonna solve it. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Every 5 minutes, I'll just have to come by and hit the button. While we're here, I do have a bunch of bio bricks. My problem is I'm going to need 2,400 iron, and we are barely crawling short of 800. A little stinky. I could go back and grab some of my stuff, but I think I'm just gonna ignore the problem for a little bit. Let the turbo farm continue to just kind of do its thing. Let's see. I'm also about to run out of stairs. Attach, you goon. Okay, you know what? Maybe it has a point. Maybe I really need to hug this structure. I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. Come on. Get rid of that. Alright, nope. Still no falling damage. Let's see. You can plug the water wheels into the crank generators. Yes and no. So the issue with that is that there is an upper limit to how much you can attach. Yes. Okay, cool. So the super science stack will continuously stack science as long as there is space to do so. I'm just gonna have to mine out this endless... uh-oh. I'm gonna fall. Nope. I managed to not fall. Cool. Yeah, we're just gonna have to mine out this endless, rock shaft in which my... What? Oh. What? What is it doing? Has science gone too far? instead of just extending outwards or upwards, it is now extending outwards. Welcome to my science labyrinth. I might actually run into some problems here. Wouldn't the mole upgrade make this easier? Yes, probably. Yeah. What? Alright, whatever. Let's do that. That gets us another layer. Probably get the hover pack at some point. But yeah, I want to get rid of all of this rock if I can. I'm going to get boxed in. And when I do, it's going to be really funny. Oh, or that's going to happen. How do I lower it? Just like one layer. I don't know. Pickaxe. No, that's... Yeah, it seems to just be extending extra there for whatever reason. No idea. Well, one way or another. At least we have some more... Oh, yeah, we have way more science. Let's go to terraforming. Do we want to get the mole? That's speed. We have flatten. It's a 5x5 flatten on the mole. You know what? I'll snag it. And then biodense. And there goes all of my cores for the time being. I think there's a rock inside the stack. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to rescue it at this point. Wish I had made all those bio bricks before I chucked all of my biomass in there. Nope. Oh, I got it. Sick. How's this doing? It is absolutely massed. We legitimately are going to need multiple threshers here to cope with the sheer quantity that I guess this farm is making. Well, that does solve my power problems, kind of. I guess in that case, let's erase a couple of these, clean it up a little bit. I guess I should make them longer. Because if it's gonna be this way, then I might as well make it work. Okay, I'm gonna need a lot of things, in fact. I might also want to just make some long inserters. Oh. There's no output. Well, that's annoying. I guess we do have to have them long boy mode. I was making some floors, but I think I'll just hand make a couple more. There. Okay, they go in the right direction now? Yes. This is scaled, like, unreasonably farther than I was expecting it would. But I guess so be it. Oh, right. I forgot. It's got to be just a little further. Okay, cool. Is that it? I think so. We might need a bunch of these. Or I'm going to need fast inserters. I'm not sure. Give that a stack. Oh, we're out of power again. Run back, press the thing. Having an assembly for basic inserters is a good thing to have. I'm aware. I know. Problem is, there's only so much I can do in this situation. We're kind of hard locked on resources. And until I have better combustion, we are actually going to run out of resources soon. Now, I could go wave my hand at a bunch of vegetables if I really wanted to, but I don't. I don't. It sounds like a pain. You recommend this game from a factory's building standpoint? Does it hold well against the others you've played so far? Okay. I might be like way off the mark here, but I actually like this better. What is going on? Insufficient resources. No, just build stairs. There we go. Like, there's a couple of foibles here and there that I'm noticing. Oh, sweet Jesus. Yeah, this thing... These things need fast inserters. Like, in high volumes. I'll have to keep that in mind. Let's move this boy. Move it there. Namely, fast inserters out. Because, yeah, one of those things turns into 2 and 4. Yeah, go figure. Okay, intermediates. Let's make a bunch of bio brick. And I might want to actually connect just kind of along the back here. What is the fuel value of these things? 3. And then 2. Yeah, super not worth it. Okay, are you? Yes. Very slow, unfortunately. Output is full. Output is full. Ah, the issue seems to be I need more inserters. Actually, while we're here, I'm just going to start ripping out all of the old biomass and throwing in the bio bricks for the time being. Speaking of, we did get biodens. Good. I need to scan something to get the handcrafting speed. Unfortunate for me. Is the game running well? It is. It was running a little hot on my last computer, but I think that's just because my last computer had absolute garbage heat management, and I was really sloppy about it. Oh yeah, this whole thing is a house of cards. I'll have to put together a biomass assembler. First Thrasher's in the wrong position. Is it? Oh yeah, so it is. It just doesn't matter because I fueled it up a bunch. 'Cause yeah, it's just going to keep going for a while. Let's take a look at this. Could we actually get another thresher? We could potentially point another thresher at one of these as like a overflow, maybe. How long am I planning on streaming for? Probably only another hour or so. This is not going to be a super long stream. I've been overdoing it a little bit. And I'm also like right at the end of Final Fantasy 16, and I'd like to go beat that tonight if I can. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm just handcrafting oodles of that stuff. Let's see. We do have an assembler. What is required to make a brick? Plant matter and limestone. So I'm just going to keep extending the crafting zone, I suppose. Let's see. I guess in this case, still don't know what to do with this stuff. Kindle Vine Extract is going to be something for later. I'm going to just cancel crafting. We need some arms. We don't even have filter inserters. We do, but not many. Okay, so you're going to be making biomass out of plant fiber, and you are going to be making biobricks. There it is. Biobricks. Let's just have that go. Painfully slowly. But at least it's going. Now let's go crank the crankers. Let's see, how's the game going so far? Good. I've hit a really hard power bottleneck that's wrecking me a little bit. That said, it feels like we are moments away from going over that hump and then never having to worry about it again. Much science. No. I think I'm gonna have to go back up. Let's see. We undo all of that and extend this here instead. Yeah, it makes more sense. Perfect. So now we have some of this being produced. Oh, it's producing large quantities too. Well, when in doubt, do we get another? I cannot. Still, it's fine. Now we are at least producing some level of biobrickage, even if space is not my friend. Output is full. I'll figure that out. Or not that. It's plant matter, fiber. I need to figure out a better arm situation than that. Now, you know what? I'm just gonna stock this sad sucker. We might need to do a couple of these. I don't even know how to get like a functional factory with this. It seems like we are vastly overproducing, and we're not going to be able to move it over on an arm by arm basis at all. Well, it's fine. like I said, it feels like I'm moments away from getting exactly what I need. Okay. Yeah, because we just have to turn all of this massive quantity of plant fiber back into biomass. But I might have to redo much of this entire setup so I can actually fit some other things. Do we do that right now? Just keep extending the super plant factory? Sure, why not? The big problem is, to some degree, getting stuff out of here. Like, I'm almost gonna have to rip up more. Even though it was doing a decent job, the problem is this thing is outputting so damn much that no amount of regular armage is going to be able to get this all out. None of that. Do not do the, it's slightly painful to see you do it, blah, blah, blah. No. Also, I don't actually see an alternative to turning plant fiber into biomass. So if you're just going to neg me, go away. If you're going to be slightly helpful, I'm not even sure if I need it. If I've forgotten about something, maybe. But in this case, I think you've just wildly misinterpreted what I need to do and you just decided to be rude about it. So don't do that. This is not a place for being weirdly rude about things. Okay, let's just keep this going. Are we capped? We are. Yeah, we're just hitting iron maximums because these are getting filled up. And I know we could just burn the plant fiber. I don't think we want that. Okay, so how the heck do I deal with the long inserters? Because the problem here is we have an actually obscene amount of just plant fiber. To the point where even if these things are like barely fueled, they're still capping out upsettingly fast. So the Thresher has 8 imports, converts one thing into 6 things, right? And you need 6 output arms to 1 import arm? Sort of. So one Thresher produces 2 things, seeds and bundles. The bundles go here. We should probably go recrank our crankables. I don't actually know how close we are to running out of juice. Oh no, we have run out of juice. That's part of the reason why it's slowed down for a bit. Okay. So, one Thresher will turn into seeds and bundles. And then the bundles can then be split into extracts and fiber. So technically it's a 1 to 4 thing. The main problem is producing large quantities of this very quickly. I guess I should go... We need to do two things. We need to go back upstairs. We need to get the science going. I need the filter inserters, probably. Isn't there a battery you can charge up? There are accumulators, but I only have 2 of them. I can make more. But if I go turn those crank generators on, then we don't need to worry about it at all. Kind of. Okay. Oh, am I actually being trapped by my own science? If so, that's really funny. Let's just give it some lateral width. If it's one of those that it will keep extending sideways now, then I might as well let it do so. Okay, so if I go back to logistics, we can get the filter inserter. Fast inserter is 210. Oh, boy. What the hell are you
Task
supposed
inbound. Filter inserters. Must be configured to transfer materials and products of a selected type. Electrical power required.
They do have a flat mode. Tunnel and flatten, bit size, we're already on 5x5. So flatten, I don't know what flatten does. It seems like flatten works a little bit better at handling verticality, which is something it didn't have earlier. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to clear out as much of this as possible, and if my science Grey Goose it, so be it. I wasn't using this upper space anyway, and I likely never will. Unless there is secretly something in this immediate vicinity. Yeah, I'm not detecting anything up above me, so yeah, I might as well just go kind of nuts with where my science can go. We will just have this weird tree of knowledge extending into the universe. I don't know why it's, like, flattened out up here and not before. Because at this point, it seems to have lost all reason and is now just going up. But I can't strictly complain either. Okay. What am I overloaded with? Plant fiber, copper. Okay. And I know I could just burn the plant fiber, but I really don't want to. Let's go back down to this. Now that I know for an absolute certain I'm not going to be able to get the fast inserters down anytime soon, let's just get a bunch of regular inserters and we'll just use fast inserters to bring them back in. Okay. Let's start at this end. Because you are going to be making biomass. And looks like I can get a bunch of these. Yeah, unfortunately what I'm gonna have to do is just snag the bundles as they go by. I could potentially make oodles of filter inserters for this. I don't like the idea of doing it. But yeah, maybe I have to. Just to get the fiber bundles out. There's probably a better way of doing this. But when I figure that out, I'll switch it up. For now, I just want to get something functional. Okay. In that case, actually, we don't need filter inserters there. Okay, you are making biomass. Biomass, there we go. We run out of power again. I'll have to just pull the... Oh my god, it's got like 400 in it. I look away for a second and these things just cap out. It might actually just be better if I, if I just deliver it all by hand. Okay, activate crank. Crank. Okay. I'm gonna need a bunch of these. Wow. Respectfully, no thank you. I do not want to handcraft all of those. If there's one at a time, it's not worth it. Guess I should go upstairs and grab whatever has been made. No? There we go. Perfect. No, just one. Thank you. Yeah, we're handcrafting a number of component parts, so we should probably make sure that we have a full inventory full of that. I have 176 more science. Feels excessive. Speaking of excessive, oh god, my inventory. It's all Kindle Vine extract, too. Which I'm just confused by. What do I do with it all? You're talking about me being rude? Nah. Now, you'll know if you've bothered me because I will probably have timed you out. I have a bit of a hair trigger at this point. If somebody's bugging me, I'd usually just give them timeout for starters, just to indicate, like, whatever you just did was maybe not cool with me. Okay, let's just keep filling. Oh my gosh, we have so much. And you know what? I'm just gonna do storage containers for biomass. We'll figure out the other thing in a smidge. I just want to process these. Oh. Okay, logistics. A couple more arms. Yeah, I wish I could be more patient with people shooting from the hip with comments, but like, you do this for 10 years and there's a couple of trigger words that after a certain point, it's just like, if anybody's using like the word "it's painful," that's like inherently, whoops, don't want to do that. It's painful is like one of those words that if somebody says that to me, I instantly just get annoyed at them. Because you would never say that to another person in real life without them probably getting mad at you. Like, try it, believe me. You will almost assuredly annoy them. But for some reason on YouTube, especially with like YouTube comments, if I make any kind of mistake or if I'm doing something atypical or whatever, I'll get like a small legion of comments telling me that it was painful that I was doing X or Y. You know, it's painful it took him so long, or it's painful that he didn't notice the wall gold at minute. Or it's, it hurt watching him not understand X or Y thing for hours on end. And it's just kind of like, I get it. I probably am making all sorts of mistakes, and there are reasons why something would actually be frustrating to watch. Like, god damn, it is not good for me to get constant feedback of that specific phrasing. I have a whole video essay on it if you want to know my thoughts. But at this point, I am far more protective of my mental and emotional health than I am of listening to certain types of comments. So how do we want to do this one? Because the problem is we've got this massive quantity of biomass potentially being pumped into these. I guess what I could do is use long inserters. Yeah, saying it's painful to watch you do blank is literally one of the stereotypical bullying lines. Yep. And, like, I think for a while I was just willing to put up with it because people didn't know better. I think that's still genuinely true. But the fact that it is so widespread is exhausting. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have a bunch of containers here. Eventually, I'll have to get a an actual mining rig for this. Okay. Just continue this down. This is not what I was expecting when building this factory. I thought this was going to be a much more, like, mining oriented, but we are pure fuel. There we go. Okay. So now we're at least making some amount of bricks. I think the other thing is, like, I don't know about you guys, but I was a pretty stereotypical nerd in my high school, and, like all stereotypical nerds, got bullied a fair bit. Not, like, overwhelmingly, but it was there. It was a thing that happened to me. And it's not one of those that I, like, specifically pretend it didn't. But one thing I've kind of noticed, is that there is a certain subset of, I don't want to say nerdier people who... I don't want to say, like, take pride in... Oh, God. That was, like, too much. Take pride in almost emulating the behaviors of bullies. Even though if they were specifically bullied, like, in the past, when you point it out to them, they usually get kind of huffy. And it's one of those where it's like... I picked up a number of things that I am not proud of from being bullied, that I've always been kind of embarrassed when those come out. And I always get kind of frustrated with myself when I do, and I'm always baffled that so many people who might have been bullied once upon a time are still kind of repeating the cycle. Let's see. Actually just put... Wait. Oh, there it is. But I can't. We might need a second thresher on this end to handle the rest of that stuff. Holy pocket copper, I have way too much. Love the new storage boxes. Demo's version was twice the size, half the ports. Oh yeah, this feels way better. But so, I don't know, I realize that somebody would absolutely just, like, try and take the piss at me for this one, but I have very little patience for bullying or, like, bullying adjacent behavior nowadays. Because it feels like most of the people who use the internet as often as I am, and would be, like, watching my channel, probably either should be old enough to know better, or was bullied too and should not be repeating any of those behaviors either. And it's like, I don't know. It's... Maybe I have too high of expectations sometimes, but it doesn't feel like it's too hard of an ask. How is this going? Looks like it's a little limited on oh yeah, it's a little limited on biomass because I haven't actually attached any inserter arms. Oops. The other thing I will always say in this is, and it's like, I'm probably beating the dead horse, and everybody listening to me is relatively in agreement for what I'm talking about. But try streaming yourself always before you criticize the streamer. It's a lot harder than you think it is. Oh god, I had like a weird moving world feel for a second. Like I'd lost all connection to the ground. Strange feeling. But I had somebody recently being like, you know, stop complaining about how little time you have. You just play video games all day. And I'm like, that's a gross understanding of how much time and effort and work goes into being a streamer. It's a cushy job and I love it, but it is not one of those jobs that you can't just say, don't complain about it. You have the best job in the world. You wonder, are you dehydrated? Maybe a little. I've been drinking a lot of water. If I sound a little coarser than usual, it's probably because the air quality around here is like 160, 170. And that's not great. Okay, so how many bricks do I have? Not nearly enough. Oh, it's back in the 80s? Okay, so it's better than it was. But it was still not the best air quality today. And so I'm probably going to sound a little bit more than usual. Okay, so now what do we do? I think at this point, let's go back. Hopefully we have enough iron to do what I want to do. A bunch of biomass. And this thing is backing up, but it's very hard for me to care. I will need to care, though. Oh, I can run conveyor belts through here. That's actually really useful. I'll have to get some others, but this way we can pull the, Is that even grabbing the right thing? No, like this entire thing is non-functional. That is amusing as heck. It's non-functional and it's still overwhelming me with outputs. I may have scaled this a little too far. Maybe I don't even need like half of this. Let's just pick up a couple of these. This is definitely one of those where it's so egregiously unbalanced that maybe I'm fine. And I don't need to balance it any harder or ever expand it for a very, very long time. Oh, let's see. Okay. So I was going to have a second layer here. How do I build up a layer? I don't actually know that one. Let's take a look at the controls. Hide, alt, maybe it's alt mode? Probably alt mode. No. Okay. I think I'm just gonna have to... I'm just gonna have to manage it like this. There's got to be some way to actually raise a belt up when putting it down, but I have not figured that out yet. And I might not. There we go. That up. The sad part is I still have nowhere for this to go. And there's so much of it, we might never. Hopefully we'll be able to get fast inserters, or fast filter arms that can just take it, because this is a problem. Because most of these are completely full. And so I think I might actually just have to have... It's like only a handful of farms over here, but these things are just freaking fueling this entire giant business. Well, works for me. I guess I should probably make at least one container. This is going to start backing up. I'm just going to put that there for now. Okay, there we go. When in doubt, put it down in a box. Yeah, pretty much. How much iron are we looking at? We're getting there. The entire point of this is I need 2,500 iron. I'm really close. Okay, I was also going to have another one of these just going casually. Or... Oh, wait, what? Invalid placement. Why invalid? Oh. Oh, it's beneath the science school. There might also be some weird rock things going on over there. Yeah, I'm just going to put this here. We need to make a bunch of plant frames, and I don't want to do that myself. Quickly, hold up. I can just have that run auto. Because I might as well just have this one do it. Oh wait, no, this is doing biomass. Ah, shoot. Ah, beans. Wrong thing. It looks like we've actually run out of resources on at least a handful of these. There. Yeah, the boxes will need to be reboxed. Here I was, putting together a main bus with the expectation that I'd need to be routing these resources around. We just immediately run out of fuel. I mean, I wouldn't be having any of these problems if I wasn't trying to scale up this super monstrosity. Okay, it is bottlenecked and I'm not sure why. Oh, has this actually hit reasonable levels now? No. Here's the issue. We're out of power. I guess I should probably put a second inserter arm that is not... Do inserter arms? No. Regular inserter arms don't use power. Filters do, and that's probably causing problems for me. I guess, should I get a couple more of these? Yeah. Let's scale up. We're very close to getting those water wheels. And with those, it's not infinite power. But it's a lot more than I have. There. Alright, power is close to capped out. but it's not quite there yet. Air quality was so bad yesterday we were forced to call in sick. Today is better. It's not a good feeling when even the environment is just kind of trying to do you in. Okay, so we are trying to make plant frames this time around. We'll probably want to put this like on the other side or something else. Okay, there. So these should no longer be bottlenecking in the way that they were. They're still bottlenecking. And actually, the fiber isn't getting down the line. Oh, that's fine. We'll hopefully be getting faster belts soon enough anyway. Luckily, this is just delivering me towards where I need to go. Yeah, so hopefully Mark II belts will speed this along, because, yeah, right now, it just ain't getting there. It's fine. If I get this game, I'm totally going to build a base-spanning behemoth of a crank chain. It's so tempting to go back and do that. Okay, we are 5 away. The biofuel just looks like a box of mushrooms. Completely irrelevant to anything. It's just the vibe I'm getting from it. Oh, I got rid of the box collecting this stuff. There. Hopefully it's not outputting that fast. I don't think this game has pollution mechanics. Yeah, I don't think so either, which honestly I'm happy about. Pollution mechanics were... It makes sense in Factorio because it's kind of punishing you for it, but it would be annoying in this one, maybe. Oh, can I burn the Kindle Vine extract? I can. Key ingredient in the production of the biobrick. Wait, what? But currently I can only make it out of the plant matter fiber unless we can make biobricks out of the extract in the next section. Oh, I'm gonna make a couple more inserter arms just because. 28. Suppose I'll get another one of these. Because at some point I can switch these around. But right now we mostly just need as many bricks as we can get. Okay. That done. We just need more of these, apparently. I sincerely hope this is going to be useful in some recipe, because I have an absurd amount. Let's actually just do a wraparound here. Oops. That there. Bring that back. There we go. Not perfect, but I just want to get this off the line so it doesn't get stuck. Oh, and we gotta go crank the thing again. It's there to clog up your boxes and force you to store it. And we are getting very close to the point where I just start chucking it in furnaces and hoping it'll burn. Which is a weird statement to make. Okay, how we doing? We doing on that? Oh, we've got tons. We'll run out someday, but not anytime soon. And how we doing on the plant bricks? Decent. Okay. I'm gonna just take some back and put it into my own inventory. I think at this point we start handcrafting as well. It's going to take eons. But it does seem to be my full upper limit here. Plus at this point, I shouldn't be handcrafting anything else anyway. Let's restart the copper drills. Actually, let's restart these. Ah, copper caps at 230. Didn't know that. At least we'll have some copper production. Okay, 79. I need 100 and... I need 180. Take a look at my gardens. Yeah, so at this point I can safely say we're going to need another thresher. Because this one is not threshing hard enough. I guess let's cancel crafting for a second. Build 2. And then I'll go back to making the plant matter frames. Let's see. If I do that... It's not like it has a whole lot of outputs, but we want this to be here. You know, it's actually kind of a miracle that my seeds aren't getting just stolen out of this beastie. Okay, so let's stop that for a hot second. Rotate this here. Because we want this to have a full throughput. There we go. Nice little schloop. Okay. Yeah, it happened. You know, honestly, easy solution I can think of. We're gonna have like a filter inserter somewhere in this mix. Maybe right at the end. Bring it back. All right. Oh, no, I should not do that. I guess. Sucks a little bit to be reliant on filter inserters for this one. But it's better than the workaround. And it's better than these seeds getting mixed up in those arms. I could technically have... no. I don't think there's an easy way to do it. At least I can tear this up. Might have to flip that other one over. And we've got to go crank the thing. Okay. So, now that we've done that, hopefully it won't bottleneck, and we'll be able to at least constantly process to get seeds. It'll probably still bottleneck. Who am I kidding? There's almost no way that that isn't going to just get stuck on itself and become kind of this horrible behemoth. How many plant bricks I've managed to make so far? Because as soon as I have 180, we can move on to the next tier. Well, I mean, it seems to be moving at least. Let's come through and snag all of this. Even with this double filter inserter pulling all of it out, we're still just ending up with oodles of this dust. And it said it's part of the process of making more. Like, it straight up Kindlevine extracts, like, description. Go back to it. Unique extract with dynamic heat and electric conduction. Key ingredient in the production of the biobrick. Except for... it's not at the moment. Unless there's another biobrick I don't know about. Let's see. No, that's electrical components. I know we need something for that. 136. I have oodles of biomass. What is your issue? Why are you not... what are you doing? Oh, it's not getting enough stone. Oh. There. That should speed it up a little bit. Do I just burn some of this plant matter? I think I will. If we're capped out on it at the moment, I might as well just burn some plant matter for the time being, even if biobricks are a little bit more common. Let's see. You throw it in a smelter. You know, I did forget that I might be able to do that. I'll check in a hot second. Let's, Did I destroy some iron? Uh-oh. Back to tunnel. Not flatten. I shouldn't be able to destroy iron with that, so maybe that... I can't have. Right? Gosh, I hope not. That would be rough. That is a pretty little area. It seems to still be able to mine regardless. And we might want to just get a bunch more drills here at some point. First time catching Wanderbot live. Oh, welcome. We're playing Techtonica for like another half hour, give or take. And then I'll probably call it quits. I want to get to the next tech level. And I want to get those water wheels going. Like, I want a somewhat self-sustaining settlement. Before I call it quitsies. And then maybe if I decide to stream this again, I'll set up a bunch of stuff before next time to facilitate. It seems like this is just kind of... I'll have to look at this one. This iron vein might be a little smaller than I thought. You didn't delete the iron. That's good. I'm pretty sure you can't, but seeing it just like only having a floating bit was a little spooky. Because I don't want to have to move my entire setup around yet. Let's grab all of these. Pretty as this little cave is, I could actually use all of this at some point. I'm just gonna put some biofuel in. We'll move things around. Oh, this is looking a lot better though. Yeah, let's... Now we're out of power again. Let's go, let's at least get the copper lines running. Even if I'm just using biofuel. I'll have to scale up my bio bricks. But I have so much of this that maybe it's not necessary. The one thing I'd also say is, the fact that the bio bricks using the plant fiber requires stone, almost makes it more attractive for me to just use biofuel or biomass instead, even if slightly less efficient. Is there a biogenerator? If there is, I don't have it. Okay, how are we doing on power? We actually don't have enough. I kind of figured that was inevitable. Let's, probably just keep expanding into this. Hopefully I can improve the power output of the crank drills. Hopefully the water wheels will actually take it as well. How do I swap toolbars? How did I do that? Oh. Control 2. There it is. Okay. Power in. We can fit at least 2 in there. 3? 3. Activate the cranks. Alright. There. Now we are fully powered. For at least a little bit. So now that I've done that, hopefully we'll have power for a little bit. We can go back here and we can get those dang frames. We need 2 more. 2 more! Perfect! On to the next tier. Let's get the water wheels and let's go from there. This needs so many water wheels. Yup! I'm stuck under a tree. I do not remember this being that demanding in the in the demo, but then again, I didn't play very far in the demo. Ow. I need more iron. I was 200 off on my estimation. Ouch. Okay. We should have enough iron prepped. Yep. Oh, we got plenty. Oh, the wheels of industry are turning yet again, and it feels good. It's still very hard locked by a lot of frustrating limitations, but on the flip side, at least we're making progress and we're not just trapped in
Terminal upgraded.
plant
New
zone.
technologies and recommended tasks available.
The tech tree is really opening up now, Breaker. Water wheels and mining charges are both going to be things I promise you won't know how you got this far without. Cooling systems will probably help you open up a lot of broken, overheated facility doors in the sector, too. And keep an eye out for those blue research core fragments.
Okay, first and foremost, water wheel requires 180. Oh no. Alright. I have 20. How much is jammed into the science machine? 345. Okay, so I've identified my problem, and it is just an utter lack. Let's see. My problem is I need to extend the science beast. So is this full launch or early access? Early access. All right, let's get you rolling again. So you needed iron, and you need copper. Oh. Output is full. Output is full. What? Oh. I guess it's just been going this entire time, just very slowly. Thick. It's early access, but the factory building is very fully featured. I would, best compare it to Satisfactory. Or, yeah, like the launch version of Satisfactory would be a good one. Or, actually, Factory Town. Except for this has a story, so, I don't know, there's some extra bits. Okay, let's go over here. As I need to switch mode to flatten. The problem is there are rocks inside of the science behemoth. And I need to get them out of it. Actually, can I deconstruct that? I can. I can try. Nope. Alright, whatever rocks are ensconced inside this thing, belong there. There's nothing I can do to extricate them. I guess I could turn it off. Is the answer. But that's the best I got. Alright. We're just gonna have to free this thing by hand. Let's see. Be a good idea to make the science stacks. Can I? Is there a science stack on top of all of this? I guess I'll take a look at what the research says. Because I didn't see anything about stacking science, but there's a very real possibility that I missed something. Well, we're out of power anyway, so hopefully it won't explode on me. Mass collect, mass collect, mass collect. Core reassignment. That ain't it. Core clustering. It's up here. The problem is I need 180. I need 85 cores just to get access to the core composer, this thing that I already have, to give me core reassignment, to give me core clustering. And right now, it's slightly more practical for me to get the water wheel, to be honest. At least it feels that way. Oh, right. Since the power's out, I can extend the science behemoth. To some degree without it growing further on me. Oh, you mean a second core composer? Why? I mean, I guess I could stack more. But like, I'm going to need so many of these anyway. I guess it would be a little faster. I don't know. Oh, we need to switch it to flat. That didn't work. I tried walking through a transparent platform. You can do the research on and off again. So I need to do that. I actually need a research to gain that ability. Yeah, so let's get some rocks out of the science beast. Did we get rid of that? Yes. To flatten. It doesn't seem to default to flatten ever. There. Is that all the rocks? No. No, there is one singular rock just hanging out inside this. The other reason why I'm not or not necessarily interested in making another is it is really funny for me to have this, like, giant gray goo monster that is my entire science stack, that all I have to do is just keep feeding it as though it's some kind of, like, living creature. Sure, I could make multiple and have just, like, a giant super tower of science. And I think I might have to do that at some point. But in the meantime, this is funny. Okay, anything else? I do miss when these things were a little smaller. But, whatever. Okay. I don't know why it's decided it wants to extend purely in this direction as well. Let's go turn the power back on. And yeah, I probably should have actually just made one giant crank line instead of these 3 separate ones. It's a little bit more space efficient, especially once we get the water wheels going, but... Okay, is it going? It's still going. It is continuing to grow at a rapid pace. I'm not actually... Oh gosh. It is possibly locking me out of the ability to extend upwards. The ceiling will be science. Does the game already have co-op implemented? I believe so, yes. I think they had offered to give me some keys so I could play with my friends. I think the main menu had it. Let's see, controls, respawn, friend list. Yeah, so you straight up can play with friends right now if you want to. If all else fails, I can turn off the tower and start disassembling it and reorganize. It's true. Well, like, this is actually pretty easy.
You're starting to get a nice little collection of research cores, Breaker. I won't forget it.
Okay, the one thing I desperately am going to need to do, or I'm going to need to do is I'm actually going to need to be able to get access to the upper floor here. So maybe what I do... Let's go back to this. Well, I'm going to have all of the limestone I ever need to make more bits. Huh. Yeah, the science cores are slightly going to get in my way. Back to flatten. It's a little bit friendlier at actually punching through these locations. That apparently, I don't know. Okay. Is this all lined up? It is. I'm gonna do that there. Because the science course will not expand past my... let's see. There's no way for me to turn this off, is there? Unless it's hit some kind of height limit. Yeah. There it goes. Let's see if we're going to fill that gap. I think we might just have to wait until it runs out, is the real answer. Problem is it's got like 300. So, it's going to take a while. This is reminding me of Creeper World. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. I didn't realize we were playing a prequel, but here we are. I'm really curious what the plot's going to be for Creeper World 5? Okay, let's actually get in here for a moment. Eat some rocks at our back. Oh god, it is coming for me. Well, I was going to do things, make some more room for the science machine. Okay. And the mold doesn't really... Oh god. I don't think there's a solution here for me apart from placating the beast. We should give it room so it goes upwards instead. Or it'll run out of cores. I don't know how many we have left. Well, on the plus side... let's see. We are going to need the processor units. But I got to look at energy. Water wheel. Ah. Oh. Okay, we have to leave that on. Okay, so we need a little bit more. Did it run out of cores? It might have. Or actually it's out of power. Okay, that's actually probably preferable for a moment. At some point I want the walls completely removed so I can see this art. Don't worry. That's very much my intention with this behemoth. Have you ever heard of the people that do, like, silver art by pouring, like, molten silver into an anthill? That's what this is. That's what we are doing right now. Just... no ants were harmed in the making of this art. Lulling you into a false sense of security. I mean, I could actually just start demolishing them really quickly and dropping through their mass. But it's still spooky. There we go. And now that I've cleared this out, this will have a lot more room to expand. Come on. Okay, nope. I want this. I want this block. There we go. Alright. I think that's good enough, at least for now. I'm gonna... Really? I suppose it really doesn't want to connect. Sometimes it gets a little finicky, I'm noticing. I'm just gonna lock it in there for a bit. That might not actually... locking it in there might not actually work. Fine. Alright. That's good enough. Whee! Yep, power's out. We're back down. Put in all of the remaining limestone. We have stupid amounts. We will never run out. And mole handling needs a little bit of modifying. There's a couple of things that need to get smoothed out with this game. Not too much. Some level of, like, placement with stairs and other stuff. And then the mole. I wish there was a way that I could actually lock to an axis. Like, dig straight down, dig straight up. Okay, so how much do you have left? 59. Okay, do we have it? Yes. Energy. Power. Water wheel. Increases overall electrical output by 110%. Oh, to 110%. That's not amazingly good. It's good, but it's not amazing. Let's see, what else do we have? Monorail system. Ooh. Efficient movement of cargo over substantial distances. We might actually use a monorail system to get a lot of things onto a main bus. Pack size. Ah, that's inventory slots, though. Tool belts, inserters. We want the fast inserter, but that's 210. Let's see. Increases biobrick density by 65%. Oh, but we need blue science to do that. And that's up here. It's 250. Ripes? Maybe I am going to have to make some more of these super science pillars. Just find a big old cave system and then just jam a bunch in there. How much does it actually cost to make one of these? It's pricey. It's not heinous. The main problem is that power consumption. Part of the reason why I want to continue doing this is it only uses power for the main stack. or it only uses power once. It doesn't matter how many cores you have attached to the thing, it still only uses 750 kilowatts. And so I could make a bunch of those, but powering it is going to be a bit of a pain. Yeah, the giant water hole you jumped into could work. True. Okay, so I can make 11. That'll be good. Okay, so that's honestly gonna hurt our power production a bit. Okay, so where are these water wheels? Oh gosh, they take forever to make. I'm gonna have to automate them. There's no way not to. But yeah, we'll probably put another science thing in the center of the giant waterfall room. Maybe it might run into some space issues. Okay. So because these take so long to make, I should probably just go upstairs, build an assembler, and get that going. Even though I've kind of been neglecting this entire setup. Okay, so let me take a look. Nope. Because it won't let me. Take a look. So what do I need for a water wheel? Water wheel requires electrical components, mechanical components, and iron frames. Okay, electrical components require iron and wire. Oh, God damn. Okay. So we're gonna need iron, copper, iron wire, and just iron. I guess let's start with the most basic. My problem is I'm just really low on iron. I just spent all of it. At least we got power, but... I'm just gonna burn all of this biofuel. 59. It might be one of those, where I just leave this running for a while, and then come back later. That's still going. Do we have any weird bottlenecks? It's actually going at a somewhat fine clip. I say somewhat fine. Oh, I never actually set up the outputs on that one. We probably don't need more. In that case, pull those off. Maybe we'll need more. I don't know. I just don't want to have too many spare filter inserters. Right now we are so strapped for power. A lack would be a bad thing. Really? Oh. That's good. These are going fine. And these are so unbelievably capped out that I could actually get more of these suckers. Like, I'm almost wondering if it would be better to just have this absurdist monorail system where we just have, like, secondary production chains for every single minor resource, and then we just move it around in large quantities. I don't know. I think what we really need though is the better belts. If I take a look at logistics, we should better belt Mark II. It requires 360. Well, at least I can get some more water wheels to put onto the mix. I guess that's fine. Okay. I should probably move these. Yeah. We only need 4. Okay, so we're not generating quite enough. I'll have to take one of the ones off the back. And I'll have to put one more water wheel at the end. Get rid of rock. Yeah, there we go. Okay, next water wheel is going to take forever. Maybe we just finish this last water wheel and then stop it and use the rest of our resources to actually finish the automation. Other thing I could probably do and should do is probably finish. I mean, I guess while we wait, let's finish uncovering all this iron. Because I have a bunch of extra fuel. We're bottlenecked on iron. So if I uncover all the fuel here, and build like a bunch of extra drills and just start piping this stuff around. Let's see. That might solve a lot of my bottlenecks. We are going to run into fuel issues pretty quick with this, but I think it's fine. Okay, let's cancel crafting. Back to production. Let's just make a bunch of mining drills. I guess that's the other one. Terraforming. Mining speed is expensive. 'Cause yeah, the mining and the smelting speed are also going to be very useful if I invest towards them. Hopefully we get electric drills at some point. We might never, but I hope we do. Okay, same vein smelters. Let's see. Couple more of those. I'm actually running out of copper. Let's see. Do we actually take a moment to rip out all of the biomass from these? 'Cause yeah, a lot of them are like ridiculously full. I guess these aren't. I guess it's actually, those are being used. So we could potentially get some more bio bricks. Rather than using the biomass. Do we want to just do that now? I mean, there's no reason not to. Apart from a lack of inserters. But I mean, we should have plenty of copper just stocked up here, yeah? Yeah. I'm out of iron. The limitations continue. It's really a big deal. But it is probably one of those where I might actually just leave this game running in a couple of days, for like an hour or something before I play this again, just to get way more stuff. Oh, that's much better looking. Okay, so you're going to be making biobricks. What do we need for the biobrick power? Not ain't that one. Synthesis? Oh, biodense 3, but it requires blue. And I haven't learned how to make that yet. Oh, we also need long inserters for this one. Because I forgot. It needs stone. Okay. Get rid of that. Rotate this one. There we go. Okay, attach those. So now we're at least going to be producing a little bit more biobrick. And I can go back to burning some of this. Oh gosh, that's a lot of biobrick. I'll throw in my chunks of biomass just because. We want to clear my inventory out. But hopefully we can get to the point where it's only biobrick. And then hopefully we can get to the point where it's not even biobrick. It's actually just pure electricity, which we are handling via water energy and so on and so forth. Let's see. We know how to make a processor unit, correct? Yes. How much do I need? 40. But I should... No, I'm going to go work on automating things. We have more. Oh, dang, that's a lot, actually. Okay, so you're just going to be making iron frames. Let's see. You're going to be working on mechanical components. You're going to be working on wire. That should work. Put those in. Let's see. Remember the next step of this. Okay, so we need mechanical components and electrical components. An iron frame. So it's really just the electrical components, which is iron and wire. Okay. Put that there. Make a bunch more inserters, which we should very much make an inserter factory at this point. We should probably also figure out some kind of bus situation so I can actually move these resources around. Okay. I put this right here. We should be able to have every single one of these just port into it. And it should now be able to make water wheels for us. Do I need that many water wheels? Honestly, yes. Okay. Let's just give it a bunch for the time being. Seems to be making that just fine. So let's put that in. And yeah, I guess I'm just going to have to get even more iron. But at least that's going. So why don't we go back up? One more time? Or no. Did I finish some smelters? Finished like 2. Maybe a lot more than that. There we go. Is this game good? I like it a lot. I think it's going to be one of the better games to come out of this year. And, like, speaking of, this year is absurdly good for games. The amount of just incredible bangers that I want to go back to and do full playthroughs is absurdly high. Because there's Forever Skies, which I did like an hour of and said, like, this is really cool, and then stopped. That's probably going to be one that I finish once it's added multiplayer, though. And even this one, to some degree, I don't think I'm going to go too much further during the early access phase. As I'm sure most of the story stuff is actually in the game at the moment. At least for the early game. Do you have any iron? Is your issue? No. What is wrong with this? Why is this smelter cursed? I don't know what's wrong with that one. Oh. Probably rotated it wrong. Yeah, it was just rotated wrong. I was just putting it into the side. There we go. And if you have Game Pass, you can also give it a shot beforehand. Or before picking it up. And you support the devs. Yeah. I'd forgotten about Game Pass. I personally don't use it. There's a period of time where I did, but I've been I don't want to say like sloppy or lazy about it, but I just doesn't matter too much for me. Let's put those in. I don't know what I'm missing. There's clearly a limitation. Oh, it's this. We're not producing enough electrical components. There we go. Okay, anything else? I mean, getting small quantities of this. It might be one of those where I actually start belting all of this iron, kind of, over. Let's see, because if I can belt it all into one place, it might be easier for me to find and manage. Within range? I suppose it is. I don't even know about that one. Alright, there we go. And I've got a decent amount of smelters, so I should be able to fuel all of this. There we go. Okay. Let's get every single inserter arm I can. And said I had one too many. Thick. Fix. Because I'm in Am I in deconstruction mode? No, I'm not. I'm just confused. That's what's going on. Okay. And then if I want to, and I do, let's get the storage down. Okay, that's storing, that's storing. And then these are out of fuel, so I'll have to go get some more. Need a smelter quadrant. I need something. At least that setup is working. Oh, 176, that'll keep it powered for a while. I probably, you know what? I'm actually gonna rotate this. Just so it's a little tidier. Previously, it was like the one thing on the end sticking outward. And I didn't quite like that. It should work. I just want to get as many of these going as I can. Okay. Even if they run out of power at the moment. Why can I not? There we go. Couldn't interact with that one for some reason. So we have one more of these that is not currently being serviced. I think it's fine. I'll just have to come back and manage it in a hot second. Let's finish the last of these. But I want to go check my water wheels, because I'm pretty sure we're almost out of power. And then I think with that, we will call it quits. Hey, the water wheels are going. Very slowly. Oh, that's ugly. Let's not do that. Even if I could probably jam one more water wheel into this mix. Nope. That can also probably be extended. 0? There it is. Okay. I should have at least a couple of crank motors, or did I put them all down? Oh. There they are. No, I hadn't put them all down. Okay. 9, crank motor 1, crank motor 2, and this whole thing is set up. So this one needs a lot more in terms of water wheels, but at least power-wise, we might be fine. Yeah, looks like we're fine, at least for the moment. We have a sustainable base at long last. The fuel system is still going to be a bit of a problem, but otherwise I think we're golden. Okay, shall we call it quits for now? I'll let some resources stack up. Hopefully somehow manage all of this. Are you just capped out? Oh, the issue is limestone. Actually, the issue is many things. One of you boyos had 100 limestone, but no biomass. You just have none? Let's just, cause some clogs. Get some things out of here. Alright, cool. Yeah, so, apart from figuring out how to get my, get my mining machines to not use, Let's see, not use electricity anymore? Or not use electricity, not use fuel anymore. I don't think this base can get any better. I guess the one trick would be actually piping fuel to them automatically so I don't have to worry about it. But considering how scuffed this entire setup is, I'm not actually sure if that's worth it. Because I'm just going to keep running into major limitations left and right. I never actually did put a storage on that one. Or any of these, in fact. Whatever. Fine. It's nice to have iron in quantities. How did I have thousands earlier? It's because I had stocked up all that biomass from exploring. And now that I'm not exploring anymore and don't have just thousands of this stuff lying around, I'm actually using all of my iron. Bottlenecks ahoy. To go explore next time. Have the base run for a bit. Kind of, yeah. I think what I'll have to do to some degree is get like a default iron and copper line that can run somewhat unimpeded. Okay, you were making... What is this making again? Oh, that's making floors. I don't think we need to feed that. At least for a bit. I think this was making our science junk. Which we do need. Are we good? Yeah. No? Oh gosh, I have so much wire. I set these up so I wouldn't have to make any more, and it turns out, we made enough. Except for machine parts. This desperately needs more. Alas, I don't have more. But yeah, I think we'll do some exploration. I think what I'm going to do, if you notice we have all those goals on the top left, I think I'm specifically going to try and clear out as many of those goals as possible, like prep for them. So that if I do another round of this, we go on like a big ol' exploration track and wander around, find some secrets, solve some mysteries, get new tech and cool stuff. Oh, that's the other reason why I was doing so well. I was really buoyed by the amount of spare things. Here, you know what? I'm going to cause all sorts of problems. We're just going to put a bunch of spare limestone in here. So if this is bottlenecking due to a lack of limestone, let's just fill it up. I think we're just going to need fast long inserters, and that's going to take a while. There. A little bottleneck. But for now, I guess thank you all so much for joining me tonight. It was a lot of fun. I really like playing automation games, and I'd like to play more of them. But it's getting late, and it's probably dinner time. So good night, everybody. I'll see you next time.